Today we are going to see about the introduction of DBMS only. Okay. Yesterday itself, I am given a small note about the FPS and DBMS. I'm sure that you have to be verified those things. Okay. We first know what is meant by database. Okay. What is meant by database? Already we know what is meant by data. It is a collection of information, right? That collection of information where we have to be stored like in a hard disk or otherwise in a software manner, how we have to be store our data in our system. That is the whole process which will be taken place is called as a database. Okay. The management of a data in a database system is done by means of general purpose software package called DBMS. Okay, this is the primary goal of a DBMS is to provide the environment both convenient and efficient to use. That is for retrieving and storing of data. Okay. Whenever we are fetching some information from, whenever you are going to open a Google Sheets and you have to be asked some question with that, immediately in a fraction of seconds we got informations, right? We got the answers. Did you anybody realize what will be happen behind those things? What will be working behind it? Yesterday, I told you, no, that algorithms plays a very, very, very vital role in every module. Okay. Whenever we are going to fetch information from the Google or whenever, whatever the system must be, the what algorithm is running behind it is page ranking algorithm. Okay. Uh, nowadays we are given credits to all things. What are the things when we buy a things? They also ask to fill the feedback. Right now, also we had to be collected some feedback form from you, right? For each and every classes. What the conclusion of all these things? That feedback, which will shows the percentage of uh, positivity and then negativity. Okay, some of them is not yet submitted your feedback form. Yesterday only I got information from your HODs that some of the students are not submitted your feedback forms daily. Why? Is there any other work for you? We are assigned only, you are listening to the class and you have to be given a feedback form. Is there any difficulty for you to submit the feedback form? Why are you not at all submitting? Most probably only 60 members have to submit it daily. I got the report. Don't behave like that. Give your feedback properly. This and all, we have to be collected the data. This is a best example. We are collecting the data and we have to be storing where? We have to be stored in a database. And if we need to get the information, we must retrieve the data from that database. Okay. This is the best example for our DBMS, that is database. The general objectives in establishing a database. Okay, what are the general objectives? We must eliminate the redundant data. What is meant by redundant data, ma? Whenever we are going to collect data, in the initial step, what we have to be taken is pruning. What is meant by pruning? Pruning is a cleaning of data. So, okay, whenever the noises will be there, some of the data must be missed or otherwise repeated data will be there. This and that eliminated in the first step itself. Okay, we must clean the data in the first step. That is called as an pruning stage. Okay, in that pruning, we must identify the redundant data. Redundant is nothing but duplicate. You must go with that definition. We go and check what is meant by redundant data. That is duplication, repeated values. We call it as a redundant data. Integrate existing data files. Already we are having some other. We have a file regarding our your school mark sheets and all you are having means we must have kept it in a database, right? Upgraded one when you have to be received your original mark sheet after your now you have to be collected. Have you all got your original certificates? If it is means we must update those things, right? So integrated already be some of the data will be in your name. This also be added with that. That's why we had to be integrate the existing data files. Okay, that's the second point. We must share the data among all users. Then incorporate changes easily and quickly. Then simplify the use of data files. Maintenance of data security. These are the general objectives of DBMS. Okay. And also here why we you preferred for DBMS means a lower cost. Okay. Of storing and retrieving of data. When compared to FPS, it must be a little bit higher, but FPS is lower version. Improve accuracy and consistency, provide data security from unauthorized use, exercise central control over standards. Okay, these are the main objectives. The advantages of DBMS, let me see, that is file consolidation, then program and file independence. We must consolidate all the files. Okay, that's the main point. Whenever we are going to keep a record of students, why we are given that register number, man? Can anybody give me the answer why we are given a unique ID for you and you all? Is everybody is hearing or not? Okay, then tell me, you are having in your exams also, in your board exams, you are having some registered number, right? Yes or no? For the unique identification, yes. Okay, for the yes, for your unique identification of your if you are in your class, two members are be there. Why we are not specifically noted that your names are not be in a unique, because the name must be repeated thing. Okay. In the first step, I told you, no, the first step, we must identify the redundant data. There itself, it will be affected. So we always set a unique identifier. That is the unique name. We called it as an ID. When you are going for an employee ID, it must be unique. Whenever you are going for customer ID, it is unique. Whenever you are going for student ID, it is a unique thing. Employee ID. Likewise, hereafter in DBMS, we are going to see about full tabular values. Okay. In tabular values, we must fix keys. Okay. You are be familiar with the keys, man? Okay. Just listen. What is meant by key? Why we are using a key? Well, by using key, we must open some of the things. Likewise, whenever the table is framed, we fix one of the column must be a key. Not only one representation must be key. In some cases, the combination of two columns which will frame a single key. That is, we see different types of keys. In that primary key, we fix for an unique column ID only. Okay, which column must be a unique? We fix it as a primary key. Okay. Another keys are be available. That is customer key. A lot of keys are be there. That and all in detail we will see in DBMS. Okay, that is in your semester subjects. We go for that. These are the main advantages of database. What are that? Consolidation, file consolidation is the first thing. Access versatility, file independence, data security, program development, program maintenance, and then special information with what are the things which will be deal with an a database. These are the facilities or capabilities which DBMS holds. Okay. Whenever you are going to, what it means in DBMS, we are having, normally is SQL is there. It plays a vital role in our DBMS. That is structured query language. Okay. This language, which will fetch the data for how we have to fetch the data from your DB, that is database. We create a table and we insert the values in that table, and then we must retrieve the data from that table. Okay, for these things, we are entered into an SQL, that is structured query language. Here mainly we see about the data definition language, DML, DDL, and then DCL. Okay, DML data manipulation language, DDL data definition, and then DCL data control language. Okay. For these three things, we have a separate queries in that. That is create, select, insert. I commonly told that commit, rollback, everything which will be comes under this DDL, DML, and DCL. For these things are that relate with the first point, that is creating of a file, addition, deletion, modification of data of an entire files. Okay, these are happening in our DBMS. These are the main facilities we consider. Okay, retrieval of data collectively and selectively. When you have to be retrieve data from one table, don't be get confused, Rama. This is only the clarification about our DBMS. Okay, what is DBMS? What are the facilities available? Advantages of DBMS. When we are enter into the DBMS subject, then only you came to know about the SQL, DDL, DML, and then DCL. Before that, when we have to be, I need to maintain our department file. Consider that we make as an what file name we have to given for that file. I need to create one file in our department, that is CSBS department. I create a file for your newcomers, that is for first year. Why I have to keep that file name is an CSBS first year, right? Likewise, we must create a table for that. So the what will be the command of that creating a table is create table, table name. In the bracket, what are the columns we need? We must be specified those things. Okay. If you need a name, that is name in which is anybody? Any doubts, man? I get some disturbances. Consolidation means consolidate data. You didn't hear about those things. Average of marks, consolidate, give the consolidated results means when you had to be having 10 records or 50 records, overall, we combined those 50 records or 10 records and we must be consolidate the result, final results. That is called as a consolidation. Okay. When we get overall results, that we commonly called as an consolidates. Okay. Now, what example I explain you, practical example, that CSBS file. Now we are creating a file. In the bracket, I use it to give the names of the columns, right? First, we prefer to give a name. Definitely, it must be in a character or varchar. We must give a varchar of values. If you need this much space only means we have to be given as an 30 or 26 likewise in the bracket. Next, definitely your student ID is there. Student ID is always a what value it is, man? What we have to be given for data types? What data type you given for a student ID? Lot of CSE students are available. I know. I think so. Tell me now. Integer. Good. Yes, yes, integer. For our student ID, we given an integer, right? Likewise, phone number, we given an integer. Okay. Somebody having two phone numbers, right? In that time, whenever we are going to do a first process must be a pruning. There must be redundant data. That phone number must be shows two numbers, right? Character. What you are asking for character? Character means for words alphabets we are using no for that we specific the data types as a character. Okay, we go for a varchar also. Then in where I kept yeah, phone numbers, two numbers are be there for a single person. We are carrying two phone numbers, right? For these and all we called it as an dependencies. Okay, these are the anomalies, we call it as an anomaly. These are the basic steps we must read our in unit 1 itself. That is, for avoiding these kind of dependencies and anomalies, we enter into the normalization concept. Okay. One of the main concept in DBMS is a normalization. That is a heart of DBMS. We call it as an heart because we have up to 5 NF. That is 1 NF, 2 NF, 3NF, 4NF, and then 5NF. That 3NF, after 3NF, we call it as an BCNF. Okay, Boise record normal form, we call it as an BCNF. In the subject, we must read these things in a detailed manner. Okay, just hear these words. What should be these are. So, we frame the data in a tabulated way, and we must store the data in our DB. Okay, this is the thing which has happened in our database. Okay. Nowadays, we are going for NoSQL, and a lot of our advanced things are being involved in our DBMS. Okay. For connectivity, JDBC and ODBC connectivity, everything must be in the fifth unit, you must see about the interfaces, these things. Okay. Next, this is the main architecture. Normally, our DBMS architecture shows 1 tier, 2 tier, and then 3 tier architecture. Because of your time constraint, I'm not added those pictures. This is explain what is DBMS. Okay. See, in every diagram, there is an two-way options. That is, see the arrow marks. That is the thing. Whenever the database, which will fetch the data from database management system, it will shows the database applications. From applications, it will give the end users. Okay, what the customers getting the results. That is customers what they want. Okay, if I need any data from some of the sources, I just type these data name and we get the results. No, how it will be acting in the backside. Likewise, the databases will go to the database management system. There, the applications will act, and it will fetch the data and it will send to the end user. This is the thing. End user directly connected with the database management systems. Okay. Next, why we are going to enter into DBMS means here before time 1952, I told you no that the FPS, that is file processing system. In the initial stage, we are handling only we are handling our database management systems by using a file system only in the method. Why like this now? Now you are carrying, you are having, everyone is having your wardrobe, right? In your wardrobe, we are having dresses. So whenever we are bought a new dresses means we must remove the old clothes, that is not used clothes, or otherwise it must be not fitted for you. Those clothes are you must avoid those clothes and you must add these ones, right? These new ones. Likewise, only the FPS will act like this. But in our DBMS, what will be happened? Some of the dresses which will not be fitted for you, that fitted for you, it's all collectively put it in one rack. That is, it will divide those things. Okay, the whole complete rack is divided into a column, and it will keep it in one rack. And what will be happen that some of the dresses are be usable now. Also, you be used sometimes you will wear it in your home or otherwise outside. Likewise, you have to be divide those things right in your wardrobe. So some of the dresses you may use or may not. Like that will be already be, it will give some spaces for those things, and it will also be stored there. So whenever you need a old data, that's why we given one point. Did you all remember or not? I don't know. Existing files. Existing files, right? That existing files which will show this only. Okay. Did you all hear me, man?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine.
Yes,
Good.
ma'am.
Fine. Okay. Did you now differentiate these things, man? That is FPS and DBMS. That is why we enter into the database management system for this thing. I told you, no, that existing files also keep it in safe. Whenever we need to retrieve a data, we just fetch the data name itself, it will show. But in FPS, limited number of data only be handled with a FPS. That's why a lot of disadvantages are also we are facing. That it will not be delete the redundant data. The data must be again and again. It will be reloaded in our FPS. You be always related with our real-time oriented examples. Okay, why I am telling this means you are be not aware of these things, right? Now you have to be having a doubt why they said about FPS and why we move for DBMS and now we are moving into NoSQLs likewise. The first day itself, I told you no. Here before and all the technology will not be this much reach. We using only small data. Now we are dealing with a big data. Yesterday I given an example for a example in a medical field that I need to collect a thyroid patient's records, right? Keep it in mind. So for a single hospital, we are carrying only 100 records. When I am fetching for in the Chennai city, it will give how many records will be there. So we must deal with the big data nowadays. So for that big data, we must rectify those things which are be not be efficiently produced by FPS system. Okay, that's why we are now enter into DBMS and RDBMS. Okay, for easy picking only, we are going for the relational data. That is called as an RDBMS. Okay. And also the main concept of our DBMS is an entity relationship model. The model types when we are going to deal, we relate to about the entity relationship model, relational model, those things and all. Okay. Now what is meant by FPS? That is file system. It's a basically way of arranging files in the storage medium like a hard disk. I told you, the same thing. The rack and the rack we have to be store addresses, right? Likewise. The file system organizes the files and helps the retrieval of files when they are required. Whenever we require a file, we will take that file from the FPS. For a small data, it will work very nicely. For big data, it can't. That's why. File system consists of different files which are grouped into directories. The directories further contain other folders and files. Okay. We group the data by using the directories. Directories and all, you came to know while you going to write a coding. That time you know what is big directories. Directories. We are having. You all know about the phone directories. Past 8 to 10 years back, every home having yellow pages. Do you all know about the yellow pages, man? Now also it's available, I think so, right? Did you have any doubts where you have to be searched? That is, for our home, we need electrician or plumber. From where you got the number? Nowadays, we are all going for what urban club, right? Yes. Okay. Here before, in my school days, we are having a wire telephone, right? Do you all aware of that? Now the generations are changed, cardless. In my stage itself, cardless came. After that, mobile phones, right? Here before, the telephone near our telephone, we kept one big book. In that book, all phone numbers are be there. After that, yellow pages will be there. What is meant by yellow pages? Na? It will shows all the details. That is necessary details, grocery shop details, plumber details, electricians, police station, railway station number, everything that must be keep in every home. It is called as an yellow page book or like that book is called as an directory. Okay. Now you got it. What is meant by directory? Okay, for FPS, what is mean by the example of FPS? That is FPS, what systems we use as an extended file system and NTFS, okay, new technology file system. This is also having one of the diagram. I didn't post here, but in our DBMS, we are having double side, right? User, end user. There in FPS, only one system will be followed. That is from database. Whenever the customer fetching for data, what it will be happen. The database applications will fetch into the database management system. Again, the database management system resend the data to the applications and the applications to the end user. Okay, we got the information from there. That is, we retrieve the data from there. It is also very easy. Lot of disadvantages, cost wise, space, lack of space, lack of the large amount of wastage of places. That is, whenever you are going to fix one, if you are going to fix a rack for your uniforms, means you are having only 2 set of uniforms or 4 set of uniforms, but you must allocate a big rack for that. There, you did you find a lot of space is available in that rack? That is, in a single rack, only one portion of a rack is filled by 4 set of uniforms. That blank space is a wasted space, right? That's the thing. In FPS, these wasted spaces are not being reused by us. But in database management system, what we are going to do, it will find for the excess of spaces. Whenever you are given a data to store the data, it will fetch the information. What are the spaces available? In that space, it will fill the data. So we must avoid excess of spaces. Okay, well, these are the advantages of DBMS, but disadvantages of FPS. Got it? Yeah, I already explained the model, right? Entity relationship model. Just an information what is meant by ER model. Okay, entity relationship. Here, there are specific structure for these ER model. We must follow uh, shapes. Whenever you are going to start flowcharts, in your flowcharts, you are going to start by using the symbol diagrams, right? Oval, and then for decision, we are given decision symbol. Likewise, we are having specified structures for our ER model. Okay, that and all we must read it clearly in your portions. What is meant by ER model? It is a model for identifying entities to be represented in the database, and also how those entities are related. I told you, no, how the relationship will be taken place between the columns. That only we have to be going to read in our ER model. The ER data model specifies enterprise schema that represents the overall logical structure of a database graphically. Whenever you are going to draw a ER model for your project, there itself you clearly understood what is going to happen and the full logical structure of our database. Okay. Whenever you are going to construct a building, what is the first step, ma? Everybody is listening, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Then tell me, a
Planning.
foundation. Okay, before foundation, what we had to be confirmed?
Planning.
Planning, yes. Okay, planning. What is mean by planning? Blueprint. Ah, good.
What's the area?
Yes. First of all, you go and meet our engineer, and we will. You are having some of the dreams, right? I need my home like this, like that, everything. Okay. Nowadays, kids are expecting a lot of things. I need my room like this and that, likewise. So your engineer will make a plan, right? And the plan must be look like a how. What is that, man? You're all in my stage. I didn't hear about miniature. Nowadays, I am heard these words very much. Miniature, miniature. What is that meaning? What does that mean? Miniature means? Are you all in line? What is a miniature? When the structure must be is tiny one, yeah. It is in a copy, right? We call it as in a copy of a big picture, right? So yeah, sample model, good. Yeah, it's in a model. So likewise, this ER model will work. Now you got it. What is the ER model? Why we are calling it as an entity relationship model is that we call it as a skeleton structured one thing. Okay. Whenever you are going to frame on project, first step we need to set a model. In what way we have to be set these models? By using our DBMS. DBMS in that we going for the entity relationship model. In entity relationship model, we have lot of that structure is linked with when we are going to take about the banking system. What will be the banking system? How it will be worked, man? Who will be the head of the bank? Who will be the head of the bank? Oh, you could just
Manager.
consider nearby branch. Who is the head of that branch? Manager. Yes, good. So, manager having a relationship with whom and all? With his employees. Yes. Master having a link, that is a relationship between manager, his employees, as well as his customers, right? So likewise, we must give a detailed structure by using the CR model. Okay, we have some of the rules which must be followed to draw an AR diagram for each every project. So this and all we must clearly read in our subjects. Okay, because when I'm going to explain these things, I need you to talk more about more subjects inside. So it will be bored for you. Whenever you're going to enter into a semesters, then it will be easy for you to fetch the information because this must be we fixed in your second year one. This DBMS you must read in your second year. First year you must focus on OOPS, so that is CBP, and then Python. Python in the first year itself you read Python, and OOPS will be you are having one subject, I think so, object-oriented programming language. Okay. Uh, there only you are going to read about the objects, classes, everything. You go fresh with your mind, then only it will be very interesting and you must feel some goodness because the new staffs will come and explain you those things. Okay. So this and all you must learn what are the words I am using. Okay, ER model, database, FPS, and then lot of things I am explaining. Okay, real time examples. Okay, how the project must be. These are the things is enough for you right now. In the class, you must go for the detailed explanation. Now you are all receiving your attendance form, right? HOD ma'am posted, I think so. All of you submit your attendance form as well as your feedback form. Don't forget to submit it. The initial step itself, I told you, no, only 60% of students have to submitted your attendance. Why today the present number is very low, man? 79 only had joined. Yesterday I saw more than 90. Today I saw only 72 joined. Okay, feedback. Don't forget to fill your feedback form. That is the main thing. You must that attendance is mandatory for your records. Attendance only 56% only submitted and feedback only 33. Why? What about others? Make a note. Can you resend the link, ma'am? Why? What happened to you? You didn't be before join. Okay, I asked Vijay ma'am to resend the link again. Do it now. Okay. Respond in chat, ma'am. Just to give a thumbs up whether you must submit your attendance as well as feedback form. Do it right now. Vijay ma'am, are you there? Okay, done. Everybody, make a note, ma. This is a mandatory thing that you must submit your attendance as well as feedback form. Okay. I will ask the staff members to again resend your attendance link or otherwise feedback link. Wait. Why we use a ER model in DBMS? Okay. Use diagrams. HOD ma'am send the link, ma. Just to check out. ER diagrams are used to represent the ER model in a database, okay, which make them easy to convert into relations, that is tables. I already told you, no, that we are going in a relationship model, that is the entity with the relations. Everything must be considered in our tabular form. ER diagrams provide the purpose of real-world modeling of objects, which makes them internally useful. Then it requires no technical knowledge or a hardware support. Okay, only we must going to draw the model, how the relationship between the entities. Okay, so we don't need any technical knowledge or otherwise a hardware support for this thing. And also these diagrams are very easy to understand, easy to create even for a Navy user. So best example is in a blueprint. Okay, whenever you are going to construct a building, you are going for a blueprint, right? Likewise, this AR diagram will be act like that. Okay, it gives a standard solution for visualizing the data logically. It will give a not almost 100% of full-fledged output, but it will show so the knowledge about the project. Okay, definitely we must know what will be happen, what will be the predicted output. Like and all, we must know about must know from where by using the ER model. Okay, entity relationship model. Up to this only, I will give information for you. Okay, this is enough for you. I think so for introduction. This is enough.